Hey everyone, welcome to the Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD walkthrough. This is Chapter 4 and we will be covering the second dungeon of the game, as well as covering some side quests. So what you want to do first, after beating Dragon Rouge Cavern, is head to the back of the island and look at this little stone here. There's some direction markings, and pull out your Wind Waker. Then you will learn one of the most used songs in the game, well probably the most used song in the game, the Winds Requiem. This will allow you to change the direction of the wind. So after you learn the Winds Requiem, you will talk to the god of wind Zephos, and he says that you're the new Wind Waker, so that's pretty cool. He also says to watch out for his brother Cyclos, who can control the winds by controlling a large cyclone. So you have to do this before you can leave the island, because the King of Red Lions won't let you leave without turning the wind south, or he won't let you mount him, I suppose. I don't know if that's the best word just to say, but he won't let you get on if the wind's not going south, because we need to go to the south now. But the game doesn't really tell you this, but technically we can go back to Windfall Island right now. And now that we have the Wind Waker and the delivery bag and some rupees, we can actually do quite a bit of stuff there. So we're gonna do that first. So play the Winds Requiem and change the wind south at first. Then hop on the King of Red Lions, change the wind west, and start sailing towards Windfall Island. Now, Windfall Island is one of the only other places you're allowed to go right now. On the map I'm showing you this little L shape from Windfall to Dragon Roost down to the place where that's marked on your map. These are the only sectors you're allowed to go in right now. If you try to leave these sectors, the King of Red Lions will turn you around and say you're not ready to go there yet. So, but one thing that's not known by many is that you can actually go back to Windfall Island after this. You don't have to go straight to the marked section, so the game lets you go back. Anyways, once you leave Dragon Roost, a talking fish will stop you and say that he can make your sea chart better. So what he does is he draws the island for you. Then he tells you that he can, or that he's going to tell all of his other friends about you, and that if you sprinkle some bait out for them, they will chart the island that you're on. So I highly suggest you do this as you go. It'll make finding treasure charts a lot later, although you're using the walkthrough, so I'll be telling you where they are, and I'll be getting them as I go. I will be doing this off screen a little bit later in the walkthrough, so when I say I'm going to do that, I suggest you go and do that too, and you can explore a little bit when you do that. I won't be getting any side quests done then, but it's much easier if you do it as you go. So you need to purchase bait from Beetle's shop ship, and I sped up getting back to Windfall because I'm a nice guy. You guys don't need to see me sailing. So here on Windfall, what you want to do first is head back up to the tombstone where one of the kids was hiding, one of the killer bees, and there's a guy dancing in front of it, and he says he just can't get the rhythm of a song that used to make the day go by pretty fast. This guy is Tot, and he's a dancer, but he can't get the rhythm right for a particular dance that he wants to do, a magic dance. So what you have to do is help him out with the rhythm. Pull out your Wind Waker, and there'll be an automatic sequence where it just kind of goes for 6 beats, and he'll say, oh yeah, that is the rhythm, cool, now I can dance the dance. And then he'll move his hands in a particular motion that you have to copy with your Wind Waker. So it's right, left, and down. And from this you will learn the Song of Passing. So the Song of Passing lets you control day and night, much like the Sun Song from Ocarina of Time. So that's pretty nice, especially on Windfall when there are different side quests that are activated for different times of the day or night. So before we change it to night here on Windfall, which we haven't actually seen yet, there's a couple things we want to do. Head back over to Zunari's shop, if you remember where that is, his stall, and now that you have a delivery bag, you can unlock the trading side quest with Zunari. So you have to talk to him twice here, but he will say that he needs more products, and that there are probably merchants out on the Great Sea. So what can you do? You can take his products and trade them with merchants so that he can get more products for his shop. I actually really like this trading side quest, and I think it's really cool. We'll go more depth into it in a much later chapter. However, I highly suggest getting this right now, especially if you're playing hero mode, because you can get a pretty good item pretty early in the game just by trading a couple of these. So the full trading side quest will be done later, but the first part of it I'll be doing in the next chapter. So you get his town flower, and basically what you have to do is find these merchants and trade with them different products. So I'll be covering this, like I said, in a later chapter. Now one more thing while it's still daytime, there's a little kid sitting on the steps. Oh, and I also forgot to open my treasure charts from Dragon Roost Cavern, which is good because one of the treasures is on Dragon Roost Island, so we'll be able to pick that up in this chapter. Anyways, like I was saying, there was a kid sitting on the steps by the fancy door that's up on the path to the top of the hill. Talk to him and he'll say, "You just don't get me." And you can say, "Yeah, I do get you," and he says, "Okay, here's a test. Bring me a picture of the perfectly round pail thing." And it's his favorite thing. So what is he talking about? The moon, of course. So what we want to do is head up the hill next to him and then head up the ladder, and then you can play the Song of Passing. Now I'm pretty sure as long as you play the Song of Passing now, the moon should always be full. If the moon is not full, just keep playing the Song of Passing, although it was for me, and I'm pretty sure it should be for you. Then, now that we have the Deluxe Picto Box, you also need the Deluxe Picto Box to do this. So if you're playing the Wind Waker version, or the GameCube version, you won't be able to do this for a little bit longer. But since we have the Wii U version, we have the Deluxe Picto Box now, we can take a picture of the moon, just like that. Now, we'll give that picture to him later, but there's something else, there's another side quest that we can do right now, and that is the auction. Yeah, remember how I kept telling you that we're going to be needing a lot of rupees? Well, you're going to be needing a lot of rupees. Right now, there's really only one item you want to get from this, although I got all 4 that are side quest items. But you have to be pretty good at the auction in order to get these 4 items with just 500 rupees. In fact, you'll even need to grind a little bit for rupees. Not too much, and there's good ways. In the next video, I'll show you a good way to grind for rupees. That's actually pretty quickly. But right now, I'll give you some strategic tips on doing the auction well, and I can guarantee if you do it right, you'll get each item for under 100 rupees of under 100 rupees more than what their starting bid is. So the first item I got, luckily, was the Swift Sail. And this is the only thing you really want to get right now. Trust me, you want to get this as early as possible. It will make the rest of the game so much easier and so much smoother because you can sail a lot faster with it. So my strategy is, always from the get-go, is start tapping A as fast as you can to get your first bid in. Then, on the first bid, go 12 rupees higher than what the last bid was. This will stun everyone for 10 seconds. Then you want to charge up your bid gauge, or whatever you want to call it, with A to about 3/4 of the way full. Once everyone's done being stunned for that 10 seconds, charge it right back up and go 12 rupees over what the last bid was, again. This will stun them for another 10 seconds. And again, charge up your bidding gauge to about 3/4 of the way. At 30 seconds left, Zunari will say that there's not much time left. When they're done being stunned, bid again. This time bid 15 rupees higher, because if you only bid 12 rupees higher, they won't get stunned. Now they'll be stunned for 10 more seconds, and you want to fill up your bidding gauge about 3/4 of the way again. Now this next time, I kind of screwed up on it. As soon as Zunari says there isn't much time left, start filling up immediately, because that means there's 10 seconds left. And since they get stunned for at least 10 seconds, you'll be able to win the auction no matter what. Now, I've gotten away with, I could have gotten the Swift Sail for much cheaper, but I screwed up here and I didn't fill up my gauge right away. Now, just to be safe, I also went 17 rupees higher. I'm pretty sure, though, in all the tests that I've done, you can do 15 rupees higher on this last bid and still stun them, so you should be good there. Anyways, that's the best strategy I have. If you guys have any other strategies, let me know. But like I said, I cut out me doing the auctions for the other 4 items. The other items you can get here are treasure chart number 38, heart piece number 5, and treasure chart number 18. And in the next video, part B, I will show you how to grind for some rupees here to get them pretty fast. So I had to grind a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. And if you use the strategy I gave you, you shouldn't have to grind that much. If you've been following the walkthrough, you should have 500 rupees. So, but now that we've got all that, you can leave here and I'll meet you in part B.